Welcome to Snark Marks, everybody. We are a very funny podcast out of the Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
Follow us on all the stuff, including subscribing to our YouTube channel, which is Snark Marks Podcast, surprisingly. And also, we are at Snark Marks Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Dusty's at Snark Mark D on Twitter, and I am at Andrew Idell on Instagram. Dusty, 4 days off of nicotine, and I did that.
Look at you.
Yeah.
The champion is
and
born.
For those of you watching on the YouTube, my cat's still alive. He's right behind me.
Right.
I haven't flipped out on him yet. He's gotten me close a couple times.
Has the desire to punch a wall increased or decreased?
It sucks. This is not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun at all. But I'm eating a lot. I've been eating a lot.
What's also interesting, and not to rake you over the coals here, you're a dear friend who I love.
Rake on. Rake them on.
Rake on. This is not the first time that you've done this hearty experiment.
No, I've quit like 1,000 times.
And every time we have this conversation where you're like, never going back, dude. And then
didn't say that this time, did I?
No, but then you'll be like,
I sure hope I'm never going back. You know,
long cut, you know.
Dude, it's fucking nice. I love it, bro. But it's like the when people talk about like being an addict with like drugs or alcohol, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm still an addict." That's how it works,
right?
It's just there's a lot less, there's a lot less to lose. There's a lot less like immediate consequences when you relapse on nicotine.
Sure, it's not. You're not going to end up on the street destitute from nicotine addiction.
Yeah, not at least very fast. It's like $11 every time. So like
it's
a lot.
This is the slow burn. It's the rich man's. It's the rich man's play.
Yeah. So I've just been stuffing my face, and I might be a little on edge today during the podcast. I haven't gotten mad at anybody yet, though.
That's
4 days.
Yeah, one of the things that struck me the hardest in my life was I was talking to a guy who was a pastor. He'd been a pastor for like 30 years. We were talking, and he was talking about his before days and that he used to be a heroin addict.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. You don't seem like the guy. And he's like, yeah, best thing I ever did was get off heroin, obviously. And I was like, do you ever think about it? And he just goes, every day.
Yeah.
He goes, it's the best feeling I've ever had. And I have to live my life knowing that I'll never feel that good ever again. And I was like, oh man, yeah. I gotta not do heroin at all, because I don't have the willpower to get rid of that.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I've done things that listen, this isn't a surprise. I've done things that feel better than tobacco, but it's just a treat. It's a nice treat that I like having all day. I'm not a treat guy. Dusty likes a treat, but that's the treat I like. You know what I mean? I did try a treat today that we'll talk about.
Okay.
But you had something you wanted to start off with. I just wanted to get it out ahead of it.
Right. In case you
might be a little bit on edge today.
Yeah. This episode's, I like to think that I'm a pretty jovial guy. I like to think I'm pretty fun. I try to see the best in everything. Got a couple of gripes this episode, Andrew.
Oh man, is someone getting the best of you?
Someone, I saw something the other day, burned my beans right up.
God, I love it when your beans get burned.
Hate having my beans burned. I work across the street from a very prominent mall in Fresno.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the holiday season. It's hustling. It's bustling. I had to go over there because I'm scouting Christmas gifts and things. And like the mall, I also like the mall, and it's a good way to get
them.
Huh?
You're scouting them. You're looking to see if the price drops or if
right. And just like, hey, what do you got? Show me your wares.
What type of people are buying these things? Is it cool people? If it's cool people, I might buy this thing.
Yeah. Let me see a guy standing there wearing it. Let me see how cool that guy looks, and then I'll transpose how cool I'll look also wearing it.
What's he wearing?
People got to stop bringing their dogs into stores.
For me, it depends on the dog.
Well, here's the thing. Here's
Yeah.
my caveat. If your
Yeah.
dog is at work, if he's got his little vest on, and it's like that dog is working and that
Yeah.
dog is currently employed, more power to you. I don't
Yeah.
obviously want to take away legitimate reasons
I
for a
do.
dog
Dude,
to be somewhere.
you've never led a service dog away from a blind person, because it's the funniest thing you'll ever see.
I
They start
I
going, Rover, Rover. Then you've got the dog over in the ice cream
right.
part of the mall.
I did see a dog the other day, and I really
He's
wanted
throwing his vest in the
yeah.
trash.
I really wanted to go over to this dog and pet it, but it had a service vest on, and I was like, okay, this dog's at work. I can't go talk to this dog right now. He's on
I wish I
shift.
would have thought of a better dog name than Rover. That's
Yeah.
Snickers is a funnier dog.
Snickers is a good dog name.
Yeah.
I like to give my pets regular people names
Yeah.
or just old people names. Like Cornelius the dog is funny to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Kai has a cat named Silas.
Yeah.
Good name.
This dude, well, and this is not just at this mall. Everywhere. People are just bringing their goddamn dogs
Yeah.
to walk around in the store. Like it's a thing that I mean, I guess the dog wants to do it. I don't know a dog that doesn't like going for a walk, but that's just your dog. No one else wants to deal with this dog if something happens. And something might happen because this dog isn't trained to do anything. It's just there because you want it to be there. It bothers me.
Listen, I completely understand and generally agree with you. Depends on the dog for me, though. Golden Retriever, a good, like, well-groomed Golden Retriever can hang out in the room when I'm having surgery. I don't care. You know?
Uh-huh.
But, like,
big laddie guy.
Listen, Lassie. You talking Lassie? Are we talking Lassie?
No, we're talking Laddie from The Simpsons. Remember?
Oh, yeah, fuck Laddie. Yeah, I forgot about Laddie. Okay, yeah, big Laddie guy.
I've gathered local produce as a welcoming gift.
Yeah. Or the dog that becomes Burns' executive vice president.
Yeah.
But if it's a Golden Retriever, if it's an Australian Shepherd, if it's a Golden Doodle, Mary's got a little Golden Doodle.
Yeah.
That those are dope. They can kick it. If it is a pug, stay away from me.
This has more to do with your inherent biases, though.
Yeah,
I'm saying
everything has to do with your inherent biases. You discriminate against all dogs.
All dogs in the store, yes.
Yeah,
Unless that dog is at work, as we have previously stated.
Golden Retrievers are high-class dogs. You don't have to listen. You don't have to do the caveat for service dogs. We all know.
Well, I don't know that we all know. You know, the world we live in now is not particularly known for the nuance that it allows.
Yeah, fuck 'em, man.
Yeah,
but
it is the same to me. I worked a year at Target as a seasonal employee.
I remember.
And a big thing that seems to happen in stores now is people will just play the music off their phone out loud in the store.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants to hear Everclear in this store.
There was a guy standing in line at Vaughn's holding his cell phone.
What are we doing, dude?
Out of his cell phone. Yeah,
like,
I get that.
No.
That's a tough one.
It's the same thing with this dog. It's my dog is so cool, or I care about my dog so much. I don't care about the comfort of other people, or that something might happen, or that maybe the dog doesn't want to be in the mall when there's 80,000 people in it. This dude had his little Spud McKenzie dog just walking in the mall, and I could never. There are times where I wish that I was a more confident person. I think a lot of my life might have gone differently if I felt more confident to just do things without thinking about how it might affect other people or the consequences of my actions or being burdened with anxiety, right? I would never take Lucy when I had Lucy, who was the sweetest dog in the world. I would never take her into a place like into the store to shop. No, into the grocery store where the food is and it's loose. Get your fucking dog out of here, dude.
That's why I'm saying, like, with golden retrievers, they wash themselves, Dusty. They. I saw one in the showers.
Uh-huh.
I went to a campground one time. There was just a golden retriever in the shower. They had a shower cap on, Dusty.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, do you think? Okay, how about this? Cleanest dog in the mall,
Okay.
dirtiest human in the mall. Which one do you want? Hold on.
Okay.
Which one do you want rolling around on your bed? I'm not trying to trap you here. This is a thought. This is a thought experiment. It's okay.
Sure. I guess the
'Cause
cleanest dog.
I think you're just being speciesist, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying dogs are known to poop
Yeah, they
and
do.
pee.
Well,
And so are people, yes,
Yeah.
but I can't keep people out of the mall. I can keep the dogs out of the mall.
That
That is not where they go.
As much as I've tried, I can't keep people out of the mall.
Yeah, it would be a more delightful shopping experience if I could keep the people out of the mall, especially the people people can't control this. This is like the third time today I went and bought some stuff, and this is like the third time that I've ran into I'm standing behind the person that wants to do a very complicated return at the store when it's packed.
Yep.
And I know that this might be the only time that this person can do that, and I know they're not trying to inconvenience me, but the temperature on the beans starts going up. Well, like, dude, there are 8 people in this line. You can't be like, well, what I'd like to do is get half cash and I'd like to put half back on this card, and then I'm going to buy something, but I want to pay separate for that. No,
Yeah.
simple transactions, man. That's all. You're in, you're out. It is again probably based on anxiety. I have my card out. I have my phone number ready. This happens at the movie theater. People show up to the movie theater not knowing what's playing or what time it's playing, and it's always an old person, and they can't hear, and the guy has to explain it all to them, and then he has to explain that they get to pick their seat. Meanwhile, I'm missing the first 20 minutes of Gladiator 2 because I'm stuck behind this guy.
Yeah.
That's maddening.
Who's this guy? Yeah, that's the thing. It's I don't think it's an anxiety thing as much as it is a consideration thing. Like being considerate. Like I ruffle as few feathers as possible. I've never. Let me think about this. I don't know if I've ever returned anything that I myself bought.
This is a common problem. I was like, you know what? That's a sunk cost.
I fucked up. That's on me. You know what I mean? Why am I going to make this? Why am I going to make this get into a truck to go back to the factory when I'm the one who made the mistake? I'm just going to keep it in my closet forever and never use it and then just eat it.
Yeah. Well, it's probably when I say anxiety, it's probably anxiety about maybe not being courteous and being perceived as uncourteous. Like, it also, like, there's so much stuff that goes into it. Like, I knocked something over on a shelf today.
Yeah.
When I was trying to go past someone, and I probably could have sunk into the floor and died. Like, I was like, oh no, now I'm this person. And I, picked it back up and I put it back where it went. And I want to
Oh
uh
no.
I want to have the least amount of eyes on me as possible. I want the people to think that maybe a ghost came and bought an NWO Wolfpack shirt today and not me. That's my ideal customer service interaction.
You move around. It sounds like you move around like a murderer. You're like, I don't want to leave any fingerprints. I don't want to leave any DNA anywhere. Like, for everybody knows this. Like, Dusty isn't actually bald.
Right.
He just shaves his head so he doesn't leave DNA everywhere where he goes.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do with it. That's why I don't want to leave it anywhere. Plus, with all these dogs shedding everywhere, it's already too big of a problem.
That is true. Well, yeah. Well, dude, the funniest outcome of all this is if we found out that Dusty had dog DNA.
My mom, yeah, my mom's half Italian. My mom's half Australian setter. You
Yeah.
know, I can, I
Yeah,
can, I can hear
she's
a sheep trying to leave a pen miles away.
yeah.
Can't, nothing gets past me. Uh, well, and
And oh, the smells. Oh, the smells.
the worst outcome, yeah, taking me on a walk is torture. I got to
Yeah,
stop every 5
you have no
feet.
idea the existence that I live.
Yeah, there was another guy here. Is what I'm yelling all the time as I stop and smell as I smell stuff. Uh, well, okay, so
His butt stunk real bad.
the worst part is guy with the Spud McKenzie dog that was in the mall was in there, I believe, to pick up his girlfriend or wife or whoever who worked in the mall, maybe for lunch. Because I
Yeah.
saw him walking out with someone with the dog, and then they were just hanging out in the courtyard with the dog. And I was like, hey, guess what, dude? She could have come out of that mall and met you in the courtyard. Guess where dogs
You didn't have to
guess
bring
where
the
a
dog.
dog can be, and I've got no problem. Courtyard.
Courtyard, yeah.
That's where he goes. If I go to
Mhm.
the park, I can't be pissed that there are loose dogs everywhere,
Yeah.
even though I think that's psychotic.
We gotta
Uh
get rid of these fucking
yeah,
dogs.
I'm just saying in the mall or in the store, it's worse in a grocery store. Somebody has their dog in the grocery store and it's
Yeah.
just their dog. That dog's there for no other reason than this guy wants to walk his dog in the store. The
Yeah, I mean,
the worst.
the worst people, for some of the worst people in the world, to me are you know what? Sometimes I feel like I like dogs more than people. You know those people.
Sure. Yeah.
God damn it, I hate those people. Like I love people.
Right.
I love people more than I love dogs, except for those people.
Right.
I'd rather hang out with a dog
I'd
than
rather
those
hang out with
people.
their dog. Yeah.
Yeah, because you
No.
know what? People, by and large, pretty dope. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh,
Dogs. Listen, dude. Let's not fucking. If you meet them in person and you hang out with them,
sure.
they end up being cool, and then you see what they post on the internet, and you're like, "Oh shit, the rest of the world sucks." That's not that's not reality.
I would say my only caveat, and this may be a semantics argument.
Immigrants, I
I,
agree.
uh, persons. Persons are cool. I understand. Like, I don't like big crowds of people. That gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Having to navigate through a crowd. But the I don't want to talk to anybody. I think my dog is better than every person that I could have an encounter with. I do disagree with. Like,
Yeah, I mean, who wants to navigate through a fucking arena full of dogs? You know what I mean? I think that's more of a space, like a spatial issue than a
right.
fucking,
I'm just saying a big crowd of people can make me like, oh, I don't want to go do that because there's like a lot of people at this thing.
Yeah, and then you end up going and you're not fucking. It's fine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
That's how my dad is. He's always like, "Man, I don't want to go. There's way too many people." And then he goes and he's like, "I'm actually kind of glad I went to that."
Yeah.
Turns out, it's like, oh yeah, you don't have to talk to everybody individually.
turns out turns out Ricky's out here wheeling and dealing. So
Yeah.
yeah. Uh so that's part one of beans being burned. Uh
All right. Yeah. Fuck that dog, dude.
I
I hope
just
he gets
I
euthanized.
seemed like a nice dog. That's not where he goes. That's those are not his spaces.
He's not in the club.
Yeah, he's got to be outside in the courtyard. But
Yeah.
guess what? He's a dog. He's fucking stoked to be in the courtyard because he's stoked to be anywhere.
Yeah.
Uh, and then this this weekend, the Christmas party for the establishment that I work at happened.
Yeah.
Right, and they give away various items and all of this.
Yeah. I
Right
won a
throughout.
free week of vacation one time and they made me use it to quarantine for COVID.
And the dope.
Didn't give it back to me.
Nope.
They gave it back to a lot of people,
Yep.
but I used mine too early.
Not old Andrew.
Not old Andrew.
And I will just say this is not a burned beans situation as much as if I ran a company.
Yeah.
Every year I'm just giving money to my employees because that's the only thing I want is extra money. Because you're not the only place that I could get a toaster oven. Guess what would happen if you gave me some money? I could go buy my own toaster oven.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to win something I have zero use for.
Did you win a toaster oven?
No, both times that I've won something at this event, one time I won a picnic basket like a big picnic basket and giant Jenga.
Smokey Bear was in the back, and he's like, "Fuck!" and they announced that you
God
won.
damn it!
God damn it! I didn't win the picnic basket.
And then the picnic basket came with
slams his ticket on the ground.
came with giant Jenga. I lived in a studio apartment at that point. What am I gonna do with a gun rack, essentially, right? And now essentially you've given me a chore because now I have to find a way to store this giant Jenga because I guess I'm not just gonna throw it away. I assume it'll come in handy.
I believe I worked there when you won that.
When I won the giant Jenga, yes.
Yeah, I believe I did work there when you won.
This year, I also won, Andrew.
See, and what everybody has to understand about this is before you say what you won is they give away a wide array of things. You can win giant Jenga. You could win a bunch of horse shit, but you can also win
hot tub. Portable hot tub was one of the things this year.
Yeah, you could win a portable hot tub,
inflatable hot tub.
You could win a week of vacation. You can win money, like a $500 to $1,000. You can also win. Did they do a trip this time?
Yeah, grand prize was a trip.
Where was the trip to?
To Rome, I believe.
God damn, that's a good one. They usually did like Cabo or like, which is still cool, but like
whatever. Free trip, sure. Free trip or money. Those are the two things I'm interested.
Still, probably give me the money because then I can go somewhere if I want. But anyway,
gave away one PS5 this year, not to Dusty.
Oh man, that would have been a cool one. Yeah, Dusty
won a big box of pasta. A giant box.
That's the next best thing to Rome.
Yeah. Big. I was at our table, and out of the corner, I guess you can't out of the corner of your ear, whatever. In my periphery, I heard my name, and I didn't even know what was up for winning. They had just given away a bunch of wine, and I joked to my wife, "Oh, that's probably what I'll win, a whole bunch of wine that we don't need."
Man.
And I was like, God damn it, did I win wine? And I go up there and I get my big box, and it's a cool looking box. And I was like, okay, this probably has wine in it. Then I opened it. Pasta. Hella pasta.
It's just like dry pasta?
Dry pasta. It's like artisan, I think. It's like the vodka sauce is in the label's in Italian. You know, like it's supposed to be.
Actually, it comes with some sauce.
Yeah, you got pasta sauce, you got pesto, you got some pasta, and then I think that was it. But here's the rub. The additional rub. 2 additional rubs. 1.
Okay.
Jar of pesto broken. So pesto leaked all over this box, and I don't know if you're aware. I like pesto.
Fucking pesto changeover.
Yeah,
fuck pesto. That whole box up.
I like pesto. Pesto tastes good.
Yeah.
This is your cilantro theory.
Yeah, I mean
proven.
your box just smells like. I mean, your car's gonna smell like it.
Yeah, the neighborhood smells like pesto.
Yeah.
At this point, thing number 2, my wife has a gluten allergy. Can't eat pasta. I got a big box of stuff that I can't eat with my wife, which I assume is the point of the box. It's like, here's a romantic, pasta and all of this, right? No, she can't eat it. So it's just hella pasta for me.
Oh, that's so funny.
So they just gave me a big box of carbohydrates. That's it.
And they gave you a burden, is what they gave you.
Yeah.
Because the pesto is all over the place. You should have been like, "Hey, the pesto's broken. Can I exchange this? The closest thing that I can see to this box of pasta is that trip to Rome. I can get pasta."
Right. They have pesto in Rome. From I would gather. See. I'm willing to do the work to investigate it to see. Yeah. No. Give me the money that you spent on the pasta box. Because then guess what I can do with that money? Literally anything I want. Yeah. I can buy pasta if I want. I can buy unbroken jars of pesto.
Oh, fuck. Do you know what the brand is?
No, I don't remember. It's
can Sarah get close enough to it to fucking look? Because I want to Google how much they spent on this thing.
I can't. I'll come back around and let you know. We had to throw the box away, so I don't know that it was stinking up our house.
That's
But
very
I
funny.
just, as a blanket
very
rule,
funny.
I've never ran into anybody who has ever been like, "Oh yeah, I would turn down money if my employer offered it to me for Christmas."
Oh, listen. When I worked there, I used to say, because I knew how much they spend on that fucking whole shindig.
Yeah,
Just give, instead of having the party,
yeah.
just divvy up the money that you spent on the party
Divide it
and
by
give it to everybody.
divide it by the employees, and
Yeah,
guess who's happy? All those employees.
everybody's stoked.
Yeah, because but yeah, I was just, as soon as I opened it and it was pasta, I was like, I couldn't have won anything more useless to me than
Oh,
this
it's so
big box
funny.
of pasta.
It's
So,
so funny.
you know,
Listen, I do like a pasta, so hit me up. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. That I could could re-gift you. I mean, you're gonna have to find your own pesto, but I could re-gift you the
That's fine.
pasta.
I'll make some pesto.
Yeah, you could make it yourself.
It's just fucking flour. Like, I don't understand what's like so cool about, you know?
Yeah, it's, it's old world. So, uh, you texted me earlier today. You wanted to talk about something.
Yeah. Yeah. Malcolm in the Middle's coming back.
This is the first. Your text message is the first that I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, dude. They are coming back for 4 episodes on Disney Plus.
Do we think that they are still not the boss of them now?
Yes, no, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I nailed that one. So I'm only hearing Muniz, Cranston, and Kazmarek.
I mean, that's the core of who you need on this thing. I
I
get.
know, but you gotta have Dewey and Reese. You
Yeah,
gotta have Dewey and Reese,
I
dog.
think there might be a problem getting Francis hired again. Uh,
It's just his brother, right?
yeah, but I don't know.
God, that would fucking suck, wouldn't it?
Do you want?
Like people like you, but your brother's a fucking monster, and you end up.
Yeah, so
Don't
my
think about it. Don't get any ideas, Jacob.
yeah,
Asshole.
I was thinking about this, and so I was a big fan of Malcolm in the Middle. I came out like
So Francis and Reese are likely, quote, likely to be approached to return, and Eric Persullivan, who played Dewey, retired from acting in 2010. You fucking grab that guy and you throw him in a bag and you bring him to the fucking set. He owes it to us.
yeah, if you're gonna do it, I guess you don't do it unless you've signed everybody back on. It'd be like, oh, they're bringing Seinfeld back, and that one guy doesn't get to come back. And they're like,
Yeah,
well, then you probably just don't do Seinfeld. You do something else. But
it's
I'm talking
tough,
of Jason Alexander, of course, who hasn't been on TV successfully since Seinfeld. So
but he's a genius. I mean,
is a genius.
he's done a lot of stage, I think.
Yeah, very funny. But the yeah, I think you have to have everybody. But if you could pick the people you absolutely need,
It's them three, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
But so I was a big fan. I think it came out, when did it start? Like 1998, 99,
2000, I
2000.
believe.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Because in the opening they have Bret Hart putting Chris Benoit on a sharpshooter, and that match happened in
Of
1999.
course, yeah,
Yeah, of
of course.
course. Such a huge dork for wrestling. I was like, wrestling's in the intro. Look, that's from the WCW Mayhem pay per view. Nobody
I'm
cares.
definitely gonna like this.
Yeah, I'm just yelling into the abyss. They finally gave Bret Hart a shot at the WCW title. Yeah, it was really good. It was really funny. It sort of captured that teenage apathy at the time, and like it just really captured a moment, right? And so I wonder, like we wonder about all of these things, like, is Malcolm in the Middle something that translates to now in the same way? Because the creator's coming back. It's the same guy who created the show. So I have faith in that guy. But I just wonder, like, does it seem old hat now, given that we've had however many years,
I'm glad it's a limited run. That's the way to do it. I don't think you do one episode, but I also don't think you do a full season.
Yeah, I would be okay if they did like, I don't know, like a movie length. Like if you did like a 90-minute little movie thing that's
Yeah.
essentially 3 episodes, I'd be into that. That
Did you
seems
read the synopsis, Dustin?
I did. I was wondering if you had read the synopsis.
Yeah, I fucking
Yeah.
did read the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
synopsis. Of course. It's always listen. We have to make the list. We haven't made the list yet.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, of course, the synopsis says Malcolm and his daughter are drawn into a family's chaos when Hal and Lois demand their presence for their 40th wedding anniversary party.
That's an okay premise. The 40th anniversary party, Malcolm has to come back.
And having a daughter, totally
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not in a vacuum. You know, if it happened once, it is just that it is so obvious what these fucking people are doing with all these things.
Yeah.
And we've got, what was it? It was Borat, Jay and Silent Bob, Dumb and Dumber, fucking Twister, fucking all of them.
She's nobody's daughter in Twisters.
Oh, I thought that was
I mean,
the
she's
original.
somebody's daughter, but she's
that
not.
was the
Bill
original
Paxton's
idea,
daughter.
though.
Yeah,
I
think that's probably the original. Idea.
I can't. The list is very long. I can't think of them off the top of my head. It just happens all the time. Bill and Ted.
Girl Meets World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet Malcolm's daughter is the voice of reason and is smarter than Malcolm and makes Malcolm look stupid all the time. It's just how it goes, Dusty.
Well, I think so. This one actually hits 2 big tropes. One that I had read about recently, so I wanted to bring it up. They don't mention Malcolm's wife, Malcolm's partner, Malcolm's the girl's mother. They do not mention, and I bet that the mom died. Because that is a huge...
That happens a lot, yes.
That's a huge thing that happens, as we know, in real life, but also in TV shows.
I mean, relatable.
But in like the Disney cartoons, the reason they talk about like losing a parent as a kid is like the most traumatic thing that can happen to you that they can depict on screen, right? And then if they kill the mom, then they don't have to answer questions all the time about... I think we talked about this the other week about why the kid or the person is doing the actions that they're doing. It just cleans up the narrative a lot because it's like, why doesn't Aladdin have a house? Oh, his parents are dead. He's an orphan. Because in the original movie, he wasn't an orphan, and it's like, why doesn't somebody rein in this fucking kid who's out on the street all the time?
Yeah,
it's an easy narrative device because it gives immediate sympathy to Malcolm. It gives the daughter something that's tragic that she has to overcome. It's like lazy, but
Deadline is reporting that they are looking to find an actress to play Malcolm's wife.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I'm wrong. But currently,
currently we don't have one.
The log line as it stands does not include a mother. So, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I think Cranston's great. I've been rewatching Breaking Bad, and he's of course fabulous in that. But like, he was really funny in Malcolm in the Middle.
He was so good in Malcolm in the Middle, dude. I loved that show when I was a kid. I would watch the new one every week. Like, I loved that show as a kid.
Well, and it hit like all the right stuff at the right time, and also because when you're 13, I mean, Malcolm was the smartest kid in his school, but like, you think you're the smartest you could ever be, right? And you aspire to like the smart aleckiness that they get up to, and it's the same reason Three Ninjas and The Sandlot and all that stuff worked then. I just wonder, like, do kids care about that now? Or there aren't shows
the show's
about...
not for kids. The show, this show's gonna be for us. This show's not for our kids,
right?
But Malcolm in the Middle itself, I haven't watched a whole lot of it, but I watched some of it as an adult, and it's held up for me. Like, it is a very well written show. They wrote the brothers have very distinct personalities. Malcolm's friends are super weird and funny.
The kid with asthma in the wheelchair, that kid is hilarious.
Yeah, and the chubby kid with the glasses, and the girl, his love interest girl that was on for a little while. There's just and just his mom, a psycho, and the what she worked at like a
at like a
What was
grocery
it?
store.
It was a grocery store. Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy
yeah,
that she works with at the grocery store, the chubby guy with the glasses.
yeah.
Like it was such a good show. So like it'll probably, knowing me, be something that I'm happy exists, and we'll be like, oh shit, the Malcolm and Mill thing's coming out, and then I'll never watch it. I still haven't
Yeah.
seen Wicked. Still haven't seen it.
Along those lines, we're in an interesting place right now because they're talking about rebooting Scrubs, which I am wholly against.
Really good show.
Yeah, but I don't think there's more Scrubs.
We don't need.
Like, make it
I don't want no scrubs.
right. Make there it is. That's the end
Yeah.
of the episode. Bye, everybody.
Oh,
I'm uninterested in all the ways that I could think that they would make that show. Maybe they make it in a way that's super interesting that I don't know about, but I imagine it's JD is now in the older doctor role, and it's a whole new cast of screw ups, and there's like probably a girl that wants to be on TikTok, and there's like a dude bro, and there's all whatever the archetypes are that they're gonna do now, and I just don't care about that unless you're making a new show like uh Superstore, which ran for a few years and had America Ferrera in it and some other really funny people. That was a really funny show that didn't
Yeah.
have to rely on the nostalgia of, hey, it's Scrubs. Like it was just a good show. And I think
Yeah, I don't know. I think especially on the television front, there's a lot of like cool original stuff going on. Like there's not a lot of cool original stuff happening on the movie front.
right.
So we don't have to like keep doing the reboots on TV. I don't like there's not very often a lot of fucking juice on these things. Like it sounds like, is the Scrub thing like the show's just coming back? Like they're making more seasons? This isn't just a limited thing.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, again, I think the show, if I remember right, the way that it ended or was supposed to originally end was perfect. It has a great season finale, and then they brought it back for like one more year, and that was a mistake where they essentially did the thing that I was saying they were going to pitch, where the main characters of the series become the elder statesmen, and there's a whole new group of guys like Dave
Yeah.
Franco's in it, and that was just like like you missed the window and
We don't need it. We don't need it.
right,
Doesn't need to
like
happen.
you nailed it. And so
This seems like it's in the really early stages. This Scrubs thing. I'm not seeing anything definitive.
yeah, and I think like I am buoyed by the fact that the Malcolm in the Middle thing is from the original guy, and they seem to be trying to get everybody back. Like,
And I'm glad it's just, like I said, 4 episodes. Like
yeah,
do
but
something quick
if it's
and
good
get
and
out of
people
there.
like it, that temptation's
It's
always
gonna be
there,
hard.
man.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
But
It is. You're right about that.
yeah, I think TV should come up with new. Tim Allen returning to ABC with a comedy called Shifting Gears.
Hell yeah, dude.
Andrew, this from the
Listen,
Hollywood Reporter. Andrew Idell's quote unquote boy is returning to ABC.
listen. His publicly stated opinions notwithstanding, Tim Allen's one of the Tim Allen's up there with Sandler for me.
Right.
Like the Santa Claus. You fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
Like that Home Improvement is one of the GOAT sitcoms from back in the day. Like
how
Tim
else
Allen
would I
did
have
some
learned
stuff, man.
How else would I have learned to go, oh?
Yeah.
Jungle to
How
Jungle?
else would you have?
Yeah.
You know, everybody talks about Tim Allen on Home Improvement. What about the fact that Randy is addicted to drunk driving? Not Randy, Brad.
Yeah, Randy almost got cancer. That's the and then
It was a goiter.
yeah, who's the younger kid?
Goiter. There was Mark.
Mark becomes a goth.
Mark became a goth. But Randy, Brad in real life
oh yeah,
is addicted to drinking and driving.
Yeah.
He can't stop doing it. He just as soon as he gets out of DUI court, he's like, you know what I'm gonna do
right
is
back
I'm gonna
into it.
drink a lot and then
Yeah.
drive.
I had to go to a class for getting a speeding ticket. I had to go to traffic school.
Yeah. My aunt always does it for me.
one of the guys in the traffic school literally said that he thought that the speed limits were the slowest you could
Suggestions.
go.
Oh, this.
And I was like, what? And he's like, oh, that's the limit. And I was like, what do you think speed limit means? I couldn't help myself.
Palm to forehead.
Yeah. Do you want to hear the log line for this Tim Allen show that's coming out?
More than I want to hear anything, Dusty.
It's called Shifting Gears. It
Jenna
is a
Elfman.
huh?
Jenna Elfman is in the show.
um,
What is she on? Will and
Dharma and
Grace.
Greg.
Dharma
Yeah.
and Greg, same show, same thing.
Multi-camera comedy pilot for ABC. Shifting Gears revolves around Matt, Tim Allen, a stubborn, widowed owner of a classic car restoration shop. When Matt's estranged daughter and teenage kids move into the house, the real restoration begins.
God damn, he's got to put his life back together.
His daughter is played by Kat Dennings.
Okay.
And
They're thinking they got some heavy hitters on this show, dude.
dude, he's made the same show 3 times.
Listen, it's a good show, you know.
Do you think what do you think the politics of Tim Allen's estranged daughter are? Think they're probably antithetical to old Tim Allen's?
It's Kat Dennings, dude. Kat Dennings was made to play that fucking role.
You think maybe in the end they realized they're not so different after all?
I'm sorry, I tried. I'm really trying to stop assuming people's gender. Okay,
if one of these kids is non-binary and he's like has to learn the lesson. Oh yeah, I guess I do call Madonna that, even though that's not her actual name. That's
is Madonna non-binary?
No, I'm saying like because that's the argument is people go, well, it's easy.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Like
I was like, whoa.
No.
I don't
want to break news. I'm just saying that seems like a Tim Allen-ass thing to put in his show.
That's probably. I mean, there's gonna be a level of that. There's gonna be a level of that
because Last Man Standing was a lot of that.
I want to get out in front of this.
Sure,
I'm not gonna watch this show. I support the man. I think he's hilarious. I think he's a good actor. But boy, do I not want to watch a new sitcom. Yeah. I don't want to watch a political sitcom. I don't want to watch any of that shit. Maybe it's not. There's definitely gonna be some of it, but like
a strange daughter and teenage family move in. I bet they're teaching him lessons.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be happening.
And he's
there's gonna be a lot of lesson teaching.
Yeah, but he's also teaching them lessons. Here's how a wrench works. All that kind of shit.
It'd be very funny if there's like a picture of his dead wife and it's Jill from Home Improvement.
Yeah, this could just be.
I can't believe I killed Jill.
I can't believe the men's bathroom became sentient and killed Jill. That's how AI started.
Dude, I was thinking about that the other day when they made the man's kitchen, and
I try to find those clips on YouTube. They don't exist. Those were my favorite episodes of Home Improvement.
The man's kitchen was very funny.
Where he's just got the steak, and he hits that button, and it fucking scorches the steak on one side.
The steak is just fucking black.
Yeah. And everything that I know about food is that steak shouldn't be that well done. Yeah, that's a bad steak.
Therefore, very funny.
Yeah. What he's done is he's subverted expectation. Do you think he's got a wise neighbor that lives over the fence that sort of unlocks the lesson he's supposed to learn?
They gotta allude to Wilson. I don't know if they'll do a 1-for-1, but
or like if he owns a classic restoration shop, I bet there's like a kindly old guy that's that gives him the insight, because it was always Wilson had some crazy story, like the Canadian geese migrate together, and they all honk at the same time, and he's like, oh shit, I should let Brad go to the dance. That's like, I gotta stop holding on so tight,
And then every once in a while, Wilson would just get frustrated because he just had to simplify. He's like, just let him go to the dance, stupid. Like. Yeah. You ass.
That's
you stupid former cocaine salesman ass.
And the episode where Al had his board game, the Tool Time board game that had the little ambulance.
And they caught a fatal flaw in the game that was going to burn everybody's house down.
Yeah.
So they stayed up all night having to rewire each one of them.
Yeah.
So there is
The man's bathroom.
There is the man's kitchen on YouTube, but it is a recording of the most 90s television you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that TV weighs 800 pounds, dude.
Yeah, and the screen is square. It is a straight up square. And then there's 3 minutes, 12 seconds of the man's bathroom. Cooking a meal with power and steel is very funny.
Those dudes were funny as fuck.
Those dudes were great.
Yeah.
When that guy always, the bearded guy always ended up crying at some point, and then like, it's just a good show, man. Like the Home Improvement was a good show.
Well, and it didn't. I mean, I don't know if I watched it now if I'd pick up on some of the curriculum that old Tim Allen was into, but I feel like it wasn't as.
No, because the world didn't disagree with Tim Allen as much as it does now.
Sure.
You know? Well, I guess did 2 months ago.
Yeah, I don't think it disagrees very much now. Yeah,
that might be why he got a TV.
As it turns out, yeah, that's why he's got another TV show.
This TV show should be called "See" with Tim Allen.
That was the first executive order signed.
Oh, put Tim Allen. Put Tim Allen back on the television.
Put Tim Allen back on network TV.
You guys can have Kat Dennings if you want.
One of the funniest things I've seen recently made me laugh out loud, which I have to admit is not a thing that happens often to me. I will often find things funny, but I think it takes something to be really, really funny for me to laugh out loud about it. There was a TikTok of one of the sandworms from Dune doing a Trump impression, and it was very funny. And he's like, the Bene Gesserit, nasty women, want to start a holy war.
I can't wait until like that
good.
itself is funny, but I can't wait until like Trump impressions come back like Borat voice did. Like in 20 years when we haven't thought about him, he's been dead for 15 years, like all that type of stuff. And like you hear a Trump impression for the first time in like a year. Yeah. That's going to be good. Like nowadays it's like, man, I haven't heard a Trump impression in 15 minutes. I'm starting to feel weird.
Right. The voice is funny. Want to start a holy war is very funny. They call him the Mubadid. It's like
I saw the first Dune.
Yeah.
Boring as shit. I don't remember anything about it except for the box.
The box of pain?
Yeah, the box of pain.
Yeah.
What is it? What's that movie that I said that Dune was like?
I don't remember.
It was Critters. What's that movie?
Tremors.
Tremors.
Yeah.
Dune is just self-important Tremors.
I'll tell you this. Watched Tremors not too long ago. Still fucking slaps, dude.
God, I had a friend. It was his favorite movie that ever existed. Tremors.
It's pretty great.
It was good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How about Evolution? How do you feel about Evolution?
Well, you got to prove to me
the
that
movie,
it's real.
not the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not the movie, not the concept.
Hold on. I think that I wanted it to be much better. I thought that it would be much funnier than it turned out being, as I recall.
Yeah, there's some moments. There's some really good moments in the movie, like Orlando Jones. Is that his name?
Yes.
He's got his moments. He's got those eyes.
Those
eyes get you a long way. You see Duchovny's ass.
That's in his contract. Duchovny insists.
They're driving up in a car and he has his ass like up against the windshield, mooning the people as he drives up, which is funny.
I prefer. This isn't a hot take. I prefer Galaxy Quest, which also has Tim Allen in it. Yeah.
Come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the last man standing.
By Grab Thor's hammer.
Dude, I had to get on the radio when your boss wants to go over how you're doing on the air.
Yeah.
They do this thing called air check, It's called an air check, and basically you sit there and they play one of your bits on the air, and then sometimes they'll be like, I like that, or sometimes they'll be like, okay, so this is what I would have done, and sometimes there's just silence. And I had to sit there yesterday. I forgot about this. I didn't know what they picked random clips.
Oh, that sounds like
And
a nightmare.
yeah, because I usually just argue.
Yeah.
I'm usually like, no. This is why I can do this, or like this is my style, or
Yeah.
like. But he my GM knows a lot. Like he's been on radio in the radio business for a long time. But it was very funny because
You
he
can't
picked.
censor me, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got integrity, dog. But there's a clip. He starts playing a clip, and I forgot that I talked about this like a month ago, and it's just funny that he picked this clip. It was like, I didn't even say, because you usually sign in and sign out. So you're like, Precious 957. This is Andrew Idell, and at the end you say the name of the station again,
right.
because people are stupid apparently, and you have to tell them. It's like the Brian Regan bit. Why do they say the name of the book at the top of every page?
Right.
And he pantomimes like reading, and then slowly like getting confused, and then looking up at the page, and then going like, oh, and then going back to reading.
Oh, it is the Time Machine. That makes sense now.
Oh man, Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah.
But I go, I didn't even like say Precious 957. This is Andrew. I was like, so Carlos Mencia mooned an entire crowd of people yesterday. And I was like, apparently he was doing a show somewhere and people were getting rowdy and they were heckling him. So his response was to show them his butt. Now, the question that I have for you, Bakersfield, is how little confidence do you have to have in your butt where showing your butt to somebody is an insult? Like, how ugly is your butt that the worst thing you can think of is that, you know what, these people are making me mad and make me sad and getting in the way of what I do to make my living. I'm going to show them my butt.
No.
And I'm just sitting there with my boss. I went on for like a minute about Carlos Mencia probably having an ugly ass.
Now,
and he ended up, well, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. How did that end up going?
He was cool.
Okay.
He was like, you know what? This is a pretty good bit.
Can I offer a punch up?
Sure.
If I were joke writing for you, I would perhaps write something like, Carlos Mencia showed an entire audience of people his butt. When reached for comment, Joe Rogan could not say whether or not he had done that bit first in 1995.
I wonder who he stole the butt thing from.
Yeah. that would be my
that's
version
not bad.
of it. Yeah.
That's not bad at all. But yeah, it was just funny because we were having a pretty serious conversation. Right. Then he presses play, and it's like, how ugly is Carlos Mencia's butt?
Carlos Mencia's butt is so ugly. How ugly is it? This is a good a time as any. I've been sitting on this idea for a couple weeks, Andrew.
You want to compare butts?
Yeah. You got to go to the Patreon for that.
Yeah, the great Snark Marks butt off 2024.
The classic butt off, dude.
Yeah.
Just
somebody runs into the room, butt off. People start clearing out furniture and shit.
I was talking about something I was angry about earlier. We might have touched on this a long time ago. I miss a good old fashioned can't hurt you conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theories now exhaust me. I can't do anything with them.
Yeah.
They make me upset. I miss the good old days of like cryptids and things that don't really affect my life. Is Loch Ness Monster real? Huh?
Like Bigfoot?
Yeah. Is Loch Ness Monster real? That I could endless debate with friends that remain friends after, because who cares if the Loch Ness Monster is real? For the record, I hope so. I hope she's down there. I hope so.
She's not.
I know, but I hope so.
It sucks, but I mean, it's not a very big lake. It's just not that big of a lake.
So I went to Live Science, and I found an article called 21 of the best conspiracy theories. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these. Some of these I don't want to discuss. Most of them
Fluoride in the water making the frogs gay.
Right. uh, I don't want to. I'm skipping the ones about space because I don't want to upset you. Uh,
Okay. Is there more than two?
well,
There's probably, yeah. Actually, I could think of three. Flat
what
Earth. Didn't go to the moon. There's a base. There's like a secret Russian or alien base on the moon.
right.
Well, space doesn't exist is getting a lot of legs lately. The firmament apparently
Yeah,
is
the
the dumbest people alive. But anyway,
that's uh one that I am interested in getting your take on is the dead internet theory. Are you familiar with this?
no.
Essentially, someone is positing that not that the internet died, but that essentially there is no one on social media at this point doing any of the posts. That like it's all bots and AI talking to each other with very few people actually chipping in for any real engagement. That's the that kind of internet is dead, essentially.
That's complete horseshit. But the number of bots is staggering. It
Right.
is like, especially now that AI is coming on, you can go on like, especially X, which is funny because his big thing was he was going to get rid of bots. You click any big post on X, and you'll just see like random, very obviously AI written replies by people because people have realized that they can program program things to write the most basic bitch shit in the world, and then they pay $8 a month, and they get paid on Twitter by via what their bot writes, the engagement of their bot.
It's
But
the theory that non-human bots are responsible for almost all online activity and content creation.
I'd have to know what almost all means
Yeah.
because we all still have accounts
Right.
and we all still post. So like, unless this guy's like, thinks he's in the Truman Show, then no, that's I mean that's very provably false. But
Bots
there
account for
are
around
a
half
lot.
bots account for around half of all internet traffic, according to this article.
That wouldn't blow me away. Yeah,
Yeah.
the bots of accounting for half makes sense because of the volume of like how often these bots are posting and shit. But
Well,
this
and
guy like pretending that like you're not getting stuff from normal people like ever, like that's bullshit. That's stupid.
well, and that Twitter in general, the majority of the posts that I've been seeing now are like, um, this guy went on a date and showed up, and you won't believe what happened next. And then you're supposed to click in the little thread, and it'll like, but it's clearly a story that's made up by someone to get you to click on this thing to read through it.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
or like, I mean, the other thing is that there are humans on there, but all humans are doing the you know, uh, what's the craziest story you got about getting fired? And then you're supposed to just everybody's supposed to tell their story, and then it gets
That's what Threads is right now. Like name the most overrated band in the world.
yeah. Imagine that bums me out because we've we've created AI, which you and I have issue with certainly,
Yeah.
but the main thing it's doing is tricking people on Twitter. Like we've got the harnessing of some of the greatest technology we've ever had, and it's just ma- it's just asking people for engagement posts on an internet site. Like
Yeah, that's why Elon had to have seen that that's what he was creating when he started paying people for engagement. Like he's like, I'm going to get rid of the bots, but if you pay me $8 a month and people like all your shit, then I will give you money. And then people just started making bots that are gonna get followers because they post basic bitch stuff. How many times am I gonna have to see these historic pictures?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
they,
the Jim Carrey opening a Christmas present in 1967. Cool, dude. It's not a rare picture anymore. Stop saying it's rare. I see it every day.
I like Isaac Asimov and Philip K. Dick are rolling over in their graves because they wrote terrifying fiction about what the future of robots meant, and the robots are just trying to get you to buy sweaters. Like that's like iRobot. We're so far from
Well, they're
iRobot.
also going to do the other shit.
Oh, sure, I guess.
Elon said the next 20 years there's going to be more humanoid robots than humans in the world.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
So we have shitty AI, and we also live in iRobot. Great. That's
yeah.
What fresh hell is this?
It's a fresh one. I can tell you that. It's a fresh one.
This is one, like, again, the purpose, the point of it, I guess, isn't fun, but it's so interesting. The Paul McCartney died. That's
that one drives me nuts.
that's the so this is how they used to do it back in the good old days. Some guy called into a radio station and just said, "Hey, Paul McCartney's dead, right?" And then he said, "Oh, in 1967 or whatever, Paul McCartney got hit on Abbey Road and was killed, and the Beatles put a plant in, and that's why they grew beards." And from that phone call on some regional radio station, we have an entire Paul is dead industry that people follow.
Yep.
That's
The dumbest people in the world.
That's
this
crazy.
Like, they said Rubber Soul's actually Rubber Paul.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that? Did you know that? Don't get fucking fooled, dude. So they found a guy in 1965-ish who looked exactly like Paul McCartney, sounded exactly like Paul McCartney, moved exactly like Paul McCartney, and holy shit, this guy's also one of the greatest songwriters to ever live.
Yeah, or I mean, I guess part of the conspiracy that never really gets fleshed out is if you wanted to make it more airtight, is like, no, the music industry got all the writers to write songs for fake Paul that he could then sing. But like, that's too good a conspiracy. That's another level you'd have to think about that, because the idea that this guy like is a virtuoso bass and guitar player and can also write amazing songs and happens to look like Paul McCartney. And that Paul
sounds exactly like him, and his mouth moves exactly like Paul's does in 1965.
And that Paul's friends, presumably, were on board with the plan of like, we're grieving the tragic death of our friend, but let's just bring this guy in because we don't want the gravy train to stop.
Well, the funniest thing about like pretty much every conspiracy theory, because they had to figure out a way to get around this, and they have now with certain things with like the Illuminati conspiracies and stuff, but it's so stupid for people to think that, like, okay, they had to fake that Paul McCartney was still alive. They made the best prosthetics that have ever been made, better than anything's made now, which is 60 years later.
Yeah.
They faked his voice, or they found a guy who sounds exactly like him, which is, I don't know which one's crazier. They continue with this charade for 60 years. He's still touring. I saw him in the flesh, But they leave little cryptic bullshit fucking clues everywhere.
Right. If you're a real
Giggling.
head, if you that's for the real heads,
They're like, oh yeah, Abbey Road. The cover is a funeral procession, and like I said, Rubber Soul is Rubber Paul, and when you like all these things, it's like, so they're just leaving little. It reminds me of the God doesn't deal in bullshit coincidences. Hannibal Buress joke. It's because people just look for stuff like this to add meaning to whatever they're doing, but it's like, dude, they wouldn't be leaving breadcrumbs, you ass.
Yeah. Noted follower John Lennon just is like completely cool with
everybody knows that John Lennon loves covering shit up. You know what I mean?
Known conspirator John Lennon is completely
he just loved
board.
He loved playing along for the machines
and
the money making trains,
And let's be honest, if this were true, Ringo would have accidentally spilled the beans at some point
Oh, because Paul's been dead for. Oh shit!
Oh no!
They're gonna. I can't do that.
My name is Ringo.
They're gonna kill me.
There will be no. They're gonna bury me in an octopus's garden.
They will.
That's
Yeah. Octopus's Garden is such a fucking rudiment. Like a child wrote that song.
Yeah, but you want to know? You want to know a secret?
What?
I like it.
It's fun to listen to.
I like
but
it a lot.
Let's listen to let's read the lyrics to Octopus's. So apparently Ringo was like high on a boat.
Sure.
And he wrote this song. How did they ever turn down? They turned down All Things Must Pass, Dusty. This band turned down more George Harrison songs than they accepted, and they said yes to I'd Like to Be Under the Sea in an Octopus's Garden in the Shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me.
Boom, 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 boom.
I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade.
One of the funniest, I think you've talked about this, one of the funniest things in Get Back is whenever, I think George Harrison, is it George or is it Paul, is coaching Ringo about how to make his song better. Because they're probably like, if I have to play this goddamn thing, I would like, he's like, okay, but you want to invert the chord here to give it like some shape or give it some spice or something. I forget. I think it's George Harrison is talking to Ringo about it on piano. Because I bet George Harrison is doing what you're talking about, where he's like, I can't wait to be out of this fucking band so I can record a triple album of hits. All hits.
They turn down All Things Must Pass, and I'm gonna shove it right up their butts.
And I'm supposed to play on
Liverpudlian butts.
I'm gonna play on Octopus's Garden.
I'm just gonna join Monty Python. Fuck this.
This is in line with what you were previously talking about. This one, I don't know. Have you heard of the Denver International Airport is a hub for the Illuminati?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some weird shit going on at the Denver International Airport.
This big ass horse outside the Denver airport is dope, but it does look like if I were gonna make.
There's a mural with everybody running and wearing gas masks.
Yeah, it looks like the cover of an Iron Maiden album. There's something like, I agree the design choices are weird, but this goes back to your earlier statement that the Illuminati's like, God damn it, I know we're supposed to be a secret society, but I want to let people know a little bit.
Yeah.
Like just
let's make sure that all the celebrities make the hand signals.
Yeah. We want to like of course one could argue if you were trying to be a secret society, the best way is to run a psyop on yourself. But I'm not going to say that.
One could argue that, but it would be a stupid fucking argument. The best secrecy is secrecy.
Yeah. The Denver airport has gargoyles that overlook the baggage claim.
Yep.
Murals depicting scenes of war and horror. And there's a 32-foot blue horse with red eyes. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's so metal. Yeah. There's also like
it's like huge. Like, it's fucking huge.
Yeah, and there were these like there was unexplained construction going on all the time, and there's like tunnels under the airport, and like it's a funky place. They definitely didn't. I think they might have like started leaning into it, like. But yeah, when I went to the Denver airport, I was like, dude, I can't wait to just walk around and find as much weird shit as I could.
Right. It's also because I don't know what a good counter argument is from the guys who built the Denver airport. Why is there a big ass horse in the front of this thing? Thought it looked dope.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. Isn't it fucking sick? Why is the mural seemingly to depict a future war that's going to happen? Pretty sick, right?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that every airport's supposed to look like every other airport.
I will say that of the places that I want there to be a vivid depiction of a future war, the airport's not it for me, personally.
You're not there very often, I guess. I definitely don't want it at Target.
I suppose that's a better point. I guess I think about dying more if I'm at the airport because I don't trust air travel. That's my conspiracy theory. But
I don't think we're actually in the sky, dog.
no, I think I've said this before. I feel like a dumb person. I understand
Mm-hmm.
how it works, but I don't get how it works. If
Have
that
you have you flown in a plane yet?
No, I don't like it.
God
So
damn. Well, do you think you ever will?
I mean, I could see a scenario where I do. I like legitimately. I'm not
I need
opposed
to
to it.
set this up.
It does freak me out because I'm like, well, if this thing falls out of the sky, I'm fucking dead. But I know it's generally safer than most other things.
It's pretty safe. That my sister told me one time. She was like, "Takeoff and landing, I'm fine. It's when we're up top, like flying. That's what scares me." And I said, "I hate to break it to you, Alyssa. Takeoff and landing are basically the only time there's any danger in this entire shit. Like
Yeah,
almost every time. Well, I mean, technically, every plane crash, the landing is what gets you."
that's the Ron White joke. Is he's in a plane that's going down, and the guy next to him turns and goes, uh, "How far do you think we'll go?" And he goes, "I don't know, probably right to the side of the crash," which is which is pretty convenient because that's where we're going.
Yeah, that's
So
where
like,
we're heading.
yeah, yeah, I don't know what the good. I mean, I assume maybe weed. Weed is the reason that the Denver airport is the way that it is.
I have no idea. I
Uh,
mean, Colorado's a weird place. It was like that before weed got legalized.
Yeah.
I'll tell
I
you
have to
that.
recommend on the podcast to people, to yourself, on Paramount Plus, where if you're a friend of me, you have a login. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you
Thank
can
you.
watch the documentary Matt and Trey from South
Oh,
Park
the
by the
Casa
restaurant
Bonita.
Casa Bonita, which is in Colorado, which is a fucking weird restaurant that's like an indoor Disneyland Mexican food restaurant. Uh, but they bought it, and so it's kind of half a home improvement style show, and then half just an interesting look at the South Park guys. It was really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I love those guys, and I saw a clip of it where they where uh, Trey was at Casa Bonita with his phone on FaceTime with Matt, and
Yeah.
he's like, "This is what the vents look like. Every single one of them looks like this, dude." And like the whole place is just disgusting. Like,
Oh yeah, it's awful. And
yeah.
there's a point in the movie where they're like, a smart person would cut and run. Like the amount of money that it's going to take to fix it is impossible. But we're not smart. So we're and it's like they loved
Well,
it.
they're also filthy rich.
Sure,
Like
yeah, but
no skin off their nose.
I mean the amount of the renovation ends up being insane. The initial renovation is supposed to be $6 million, and it goes up from there.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna watch that eventually.
It's
I can't.
really good, and it's like an easy breezy kind of watch. But yeah, Colorado's weird.
Do you have any more conspiracies? Because
I'm
I've
good
got.
on conspiracies. I like those ones because like yeah, the Denver airport's weird, but it doesn't. Nobody's like nobody's getting divorced over thinking that the Denver airport is weird.
Yeah, but
I
there's
don't.
gonna be some asshole, with all these.
Sure, sure.
But we can't think about that guy. But yeah, I but right before we got on, Dusty,
Yeah.
I had not one but two McRibs.
That you couldn't have. I don't know if you told me that you had a secret son that you
Yeah,
never told me about. I don't know if I could be more shocked. Which statement would be more shocking to me?
yeah.
Um, okay, I have not had a McRib probably since like 7th or 8th grade. I remember liking the McRib in spite of the fact that my body seemed to like everything within me seemed to be telling me this is not something you should put in your body.
Yeah, my stomach hurts.
Yeah. Well, it's just it's just rib meat with fucking barbecue sauce and
I'm
onions.
not sure it's rib meat. Um, the the sauce, top tier.
Okay. Yeah, the barbecue sauce is probably quite good.
if there's a sufficient amount of sauce on every bite, we're pretty good. The onions, gross. I don't know what they're doing with these onions. I don't know where they're getting these onions. They're toenails.
It's probably just the onions that they put on like the quarter pounder with cheese or whatever. They have a surplus of onion. That's when they bring the McRib back.
Yeah, they suck. They're not good. They're not good or fresh onions. It's like they just took the outside layer of onion that you can't chew.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, they didn't cut the onion and remove the skin.
They do no. They for the quarter pounder they use the good parts of the onion, but for the McRib you get the outer shell that they throw away. But the pickles, 4 pickles on top of each other in one part of the sandwich, not spread out amongst the sandwich. Very interesting idea.
Yeah.
That's like a novel thing that I guess McDonald's is developing. It's a gym mat with good sauce on it. It is not good, but the sauce is good. I ate both of them. I don't feel good. My stomach does hurt pretty bad.
Yeah,
right now.
your body's not supposed to. Your body doesn't have a natural way to break down the.
Yeah, my body's like, hey, dude, what's this? Yeah. Like, I know we quit the nicotine this week. I know you're feeling good. You want to eat. I've been stuffing my face since I stopped. I don't think this is it, dog. I don't think I should have done this.
The item that McDonald's has introduced that I'm into is the spicy chicken McNugget. That was a good move.
You know me. You don't need to mess with my McNugget.
McNuggets are good. They're not too spicy, you know. What do you think about the spicy, the hot and spicy, the McChicken?
I'm not worried about the level of spice. I'd rather not have the level of spice, but I haven't tried the McChicken one. But the nuggets, McDonald's nuggets are fucking good, dude. You throw some sweet and sour on them shits. What are you doing? You need something else?
That's but you know what makes them better? Just a little kick.
I don't think that's true.
That's
You know what? I want these nuggets to hurt. These nuggets don't hurt enough.
For Dusty, it's a little treat, and I like it.
Yeah, that's fair. But we've probably talked about this. What sauce do you go?
I go sweet and sour. I like a sweet and sour.
With the spicy nugs?
Yeah, I like sweet and sour. I actually like the sweet and sour sauce on everything. It's bad for me because I'll just put it on. I'll dip it in fries. I'll put it on a McChicken. Like it jazzes up anything that I'm trying to eat from McDonald's.
From McDonald's.
Yeah,
that sauce sucks ass with anything not made from McDonald's. It's good with everything that McDonald's makes. I don't know what it is.
But also, it's the only good sweet and sour sauce. All other fast food sweet and sour sauces I've ever attempted. Actually, McDonald's has the lockdown pretty hard on sauces. Most other places, the sauce is inferior. I don't like it.
Chick-fil-A's got really good sauce.
Chick-fil-A does have good sauce. That's true.
But I can do like Burger King sweet and sour. I like Wendy's sweet and sour, but it's a completely different type of sweet and sour.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't like about it. Is it's
like
not
the red sweet and sour.
Yeah. Well, and most places ranch, even the McDonald's ranch, it sucks. We live in California. Ranch is a staple for most foods. It's got to be that homemade ranch.
Yeah, we've talked about this. If I have to peel something off of it, it's bad ranch.
Nope, period. Bad ranch. There's a place that I like their burgers and their fries. They give me like the single serving long thing of ranch dressing. I don't even eat it. I throw it out immediately. There's no way that's
like
good.
A packet?
Yeah, in a packet.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I need buttermilk restaurant ranch in one of those plastic container things with the top that comes off. I don't need any type of ranch that has a label on it. The Heinz ranch, go fuck yourself. I'd rather eat dirt.
I'd rather eat a third McRib.
100%. Dude, you know what a third McRib would do to me right now?
Oh, dude. I had it was raining the other day. Gives Dusty an excuse to get into some soup. Man, do I like getting into soup.
Yeah.
Uh, I ordered from a restaurant nearby. I got a tri-tip sandwich and a cup of chicken pot pie soup.
God damn.
And let me tell you, my friend, that chicken pot pie soup was fucking delicious.
Did it have like crust in it?
No, it was just like
It was just the innards of a pot pie,
yeah,
basically.
it was like clam chowder. It wasn't the taste of clam chowder, but it was essentially all the gravy parts of a chicken pot pie once you bust into that mother. It was that, but in soup form.
Listen, I'm into it.
It was
But
awesome.
it would have been sick if they had some like some crust sprinkled over the top of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like if you could break into it like a French onion soup, you know.
God, we're just looking for a pot pie, I think. But
I
the
I do also like a pot pie.
it'd be
So
fun if it would be cool if it was like in pot pie form. Do you like how do you feel about like a broccoli cheddar soup?
I like broccoli cheddar soup. I think the amount of broccoli cheddar soup they want to give me is more than the amount of broccoli cheddar soup I want to eat at any given point. But I do like it
Oh
for a
yeah.
while.
Anytime I get soup, it's a cup of soup, unless I made the soup myself,
Yeah,
or it's like a family soup. Somebody else made it.
yeah.
If I go to a restaurant, I never get soup at a restaurant because I'm under 70 years old. But if I go do it, then it's a cup. I want a cup of soup. I don't want a big ass bowl of soup. You
Yeah,
know?
unless like at the coast, you could catch me getting a sourdough bread bowl of clam
Bread bowl.
chowder. Probably, you know.
I haven't done that in a long time. I do like the clam chowder though. It's
If
good.
I go to the beach, my wife very much enjoys going to the beach if we have like if we're gonna do a day trip or something. My only thing is that I want to go get fish and chips and clam chowder somewhere because uh
Chowder.
give me
Chowder. It's chowder.
give me chowder. I I really like fish and chips, and I know that it shouldn't probably be this way because it's just fried fish. It should
Yeah.
probably I could probably get it anywhere, but I feel like at the beach, it's better than it would be where we
It's
live.
it's probably fresher fish. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's probably not fresher fish everywhere. There's probably some assholes that still go to fucking Save Mart and get San Francisco fish in Pismo for some reason.
Right.
But at the beach, probably fresher fish. So it doesn't like my dad does the same thing. I do the same thing. If I am much more likely to get fish somewhere if I'm at the beach.
Yeah, and I love fish and I like all kinds of fish and I love fish and chips, but I don't get it unless I'm at the beach because uh eating bad fish that I've never had this happen to me, but eating bad fish sounds like one of the worst things that could happen. So,
Yeah, fish is always right on the line of disgusting, man. Like it's such a weird thing. Like I feel like I could see myself at some point being a pescatarian, right?
okay.
Uh, but a pescatarian, even like pescatarian for moral reasons. Like I don't want like I understand the need for the food hierarchy. I do believe that we are healthier when we eat a little bit of meat, stuff like that. And I don't disparage anybody, including myself, for eating meat. But the way that we get the meat and all that stuff is bad in a lot of ways. And I mean, we are fishing the shit out of the ocean,
Yeah.
right? But I can't feel bad for a fish. It's hard for me
Right.
to feel bad. I feel like they are inferior to me. Like I feel like I'll just hit them with a baseball bat. You know
Sure.
what I mean? But we do overfish the ocean.
Go into the fish's house and tell them that, you know.
No, dude, I don't want to go anywhere near where a fish lives. That's their place. They
Yeah.
can have it. The ocean is scary, not to
That's
mention creepy.
that is I I also yeah, I share your respect. I mean, aside from the fact that Poseidon's a coward who won't fight me,
Yeah, he's a
uh
pussy.
the animals of the ocean, I'm scared of them. They're like I've seen
I'm
Jaws too.
afraid of all that water.
Oh,
That's my problem.
yeah, I can't think of many things that would be worse than being like drift like adrift out at sea.
Fuck. Falling out of a boat in the dark? How
Yeah.
about that, dog?
Yeah, no, no,
What
no.
about that stupid fucking high school kid that jumped out of the boat off the cruise ship and just died They're just never gonna find him.
Oh yeah. That's
Hey, dummy. What you think was gonna happen? A lot of people were like, a lot of people became Ralph Wiggum when that happened. Did we talk about this on the podcast?
I don't know that we did.
When Principal Skinner and Edna Krabappel were making out in the closet, and Ralph was like, they were making babies, and I saw one of the babies, and it looked at me.
Yeah.
That is everybody saying they saw a shark eat that kid on the video.
Well, that's also, I mean, I guess wishful thinking is a weird thing to assign to that. We've all seen too many movies where a shark jumps out of the water and fucking snatches a dude.
Wishful thinking.
Like, I mean,
God damn it, I hope a shark got that fucking.
Well, yeah, that's why wishful thinking is not the right phrase, but like the idea that when you see someone falling from a height into water, where you're like, man, wouldn't it be sick if a shark fucking jumped out and got that guy right now?
That Simpsons episode where Homer jumps off the boat and lands on a whale. But
a fucking swordfish jumps out and just spears that dude perfectly.
Yeah, spears that bitch like a fucking kebab. He's got 3 other kids on there. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, people were like, oh yeah, that kid for sure got eaten by sharks. You're an idiot if you don't think so. Like, there were literally people saying shit like that on the thing. There's a very good chance that kid just fucking died and then slowly went to the bottom of the ocean.
If he didn't explode essentially on impact, depending on how high up he was.
It wasn't that high. He probably survived the drop.
He didn't make terminal velocity.
Well, I think in the video, I think you could see him swimming.
Oh, okay.
Like once he hit the water. But he was okay, at least relatively. But like, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, he definitely got eaten by a shark, and people are like freeze for anyway. That scares the hell out of me. I do not want to be out there. Like, I want to at some point go on a boat and go out there where even to the point where I can't see the shore. Like, I want to give it a shot, see what it's like. You know?
Yeah.
Scares me.
Yeah, I don't like it. I always thought deep sea fishing would be kind of cool, like as a an experience or whatever.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't puke.
Oh yeah. That's but to think about, like, oh fuck, if I fell out of this, there's no way I would ever get to land. Like, that bums me out. I'm not into that.
I also don't want to fish. I don't like fishing.
I don't like fishing either, but I think that's why deep sea fishing seems like it would be okay, because like that seems more interactive. But I guess you could just as well sit out there for hours fucking not catching anything.
Yeah, but even then, like, when you catch something, you're like, oh fuck, and you pull it up and you're like, oh, it's a red snapper or whatever. Yeah. It's like, I don't like eating fish that much. You could sell it, I guess, but
I guess I'm romanticizing battling like a marlin, fucking Old Man in the Sea style.
Old Man in the Sea, goddamn. Have you read that?
No, you gave it quite the recommendation on the pod. So
yeah, it's so good. Mary read it. She bought it and read it.
That's but yeah, as I've often said, the ocean is the shark's house. He can have it. I don't want to go out there.
With lots and lots of room.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of inside jokes today.
I know that
I'm not being as weird as you think I am out there.
I know not getting killed by a shark. I know getting killed by a shark is very, very low on the list of terrible shit that could happen to you in the ocean. But I don't want it's 0% going to happen to me if I stay on the land. So
yeah, that would be a bad one. Getting bit by a shark would be a bad one. I just like, if you fall and you're in the water and you're just like underwater. How about this one, Dusty? How about this one?
Okay.
This one creeps me out real bad. This thought of it at all. The Titanic, right?
Yeah.
Titanic starts to go down.
Yeah.
The Titanic it started to fill up with water on this side, so it started to do this, and then it went like this, and then it collapsed in on itself and fell down like that, right?
Yeah. That guy fell out. That guy fell and hit the fucking fan.
Well, yeah, but it didn't go fully vertical like that movie.
Yeah.
They thought it did at the time, but it didn't. It went like probably this much, and then it snapped, and then it kind of fell like this, and then snapped like that.
Yeah.
But there's people in the water when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. as the Titanic is sinking, there's a point at which the power goes out. So everybody, they're sitting there and they've got all this light and shit. These guys are in freezing cold water. They're in the life jackets, right? Power goes out. This ship slowly goes down, and there's people in the water alive when Titanic goes fully under the water, right? That ship sucks them to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh,
because of the vacuum effect.
Like the vacuum?
Yeah.
Ooh,
so you are sitting there and you just start getting pulled to the bottom, and you can't really see anything. But if you can see anything, you look down and the biggest ship of the world is under you, and it's not hitting the bottom. And you're getting sucked in.
Yeah, I guess
that's awful.
I guess the only thing is that like you might die pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna take a long time, but it's gonna be not fun.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be scary.
The worst thing that
the
thing I used to think about, now we're just fucking is like the worst thing to me would be if I were somewhere, because I used to go swimming at like a lake a lot whenever I was growing up, and I always thought like, what if I dived into this water and my foot got caught in like a rock and I couldn't get out, but I was close enough to where I could see the surface, but I can't get there, and then I fucking drown. That sounds like that's maybe the biggest fear that I don't ever tell anyone.
You feel so stupid.
Yeah,
you're like, it's right fucking there.
And I'm like,
man.
no, I need up there. I can't. Down here's no good for me.
That's how Poseidon's gonna get you.
Yeah, that's how. Well, I don't go.
A vine at the bottom of the water is gonna wrap around your leg.
That's
Like, well, call me a coward again, bitch.
If he ever fucking shows up, then maybe. But so far, it's 3-0. The Dust Man.
Lets his nuts hang.
Yeah. If he wants to fucking battle, we can battle.
You gotta take that Robbie Lawler picture at the beach. Have you seen it?
No.
I gotta find it.
There's a picture of me shaking my fist at the ocean. Sarah took it.
That's close to this, but it's but yeah. Anyway,
next time I might hit him with the Stone Cold Double Birds, or hit him with that DX crop chop to try to rile him up.
I got 2 words for you. Climate change.
I got 2 words for you. Rogue Wave. No, Poseidon.
Rogue Wave.
I was kidding. I was only kidding. Yeah, this is how I know that my wife loves me and will put up with my shenanigans. As I was like, "Can you take a picture of me shaking my fist at the ocean?" And she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because it's funny. I hate I've got beef with Poseidon." Oh, he's got the gloves on?
Yeah, Robbie Lawler with gloves on, staring out at the ocean.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I gotta buy MMA gloves. I'll do it. But yeah, that's how you know you found the right one. She was like, begrudgingly took a picture of me shaking my fist at the ocean.
Oh, listen, that's when you found your one. You found your one. You know what I mean?
And then gleefully took a video of me being pummeled by waves when I fell down in the ocean. So
I got to see that.
That's both of them. I'm glad she forgot to show
me.
I'm glad she forgot to show you.
I feel like she might have showed me. I don't think she sent it to me, but she might have shown me.
And then I got out of the water, and Sarah was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "I fell down." The ocean.
I fell down. The seas were angry.
Yeah, the seas were angry that day, my friend. Like an old man trying to return soup at a deli.
Look at this guy.
Man slapped the lion's paw and scolded it for damaging the car mat. The lion wanted to resist, but was afraid. Man slapped the lion's paw and scolded it for...
I don't want to slap my cat like that.
Yeah, I'm sure things ended up great for that dude.
Yeah.
If that's a situation where they're going to blame that lion, that dude, whatever happens after that, that dude was asking for it.
No, it looks like they're friends.
I don't know. That lion looked pretty pissed off to me.
He's the king of that jungle.
My cat bites me on accident sometimes for fun.
Yeah, that's what I always think about. Like, I have 2 big scratches on my arm from my cat right now, and
Yeah.
there's people fucking around with lions. Like, what would they do to me?
I mean, we've got examples through history. It's not good.
Yeah, rest in peace, Roy.
Yeah.
You want to do trivia?
Let's do the trivia. Get on out of here.
The dozen. This is the Dozen Daily Trivia. It is made by Barstool Sports. 9 questions, first 3 are sports. The rest of them are general American culture. We got MLB, but we have also got soccer. So we'll see how this goes.
But right now, 9 is on the board.
9's on the board. NFL. After his long tenure with the Chargers, Junior Seau spent 3 seasons with this AFC team from 2003 to 2005. Is that the Patriots?
No, because he went to the Dolphins first.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, because he was only in the Patriots for like a year.
Okay.
I think.
At 21 years old, this Dominican Cubs shortstop led the National League in hits and made his first of 4 career All-Star team appearances.
Andrew.
Starlin Castro. Boom.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
What?
Didn't even give me a fucking date.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like the way that question is phrased at all.
It was a really, really weird question.
Yeah.
Soccer. With a pro career spanning from 1989 to 2009 that included winning the 2000 Ballon d'Or, Luis Figo represented this European country in international play.
Well,
Italy?
Yeah.
Figo?
Or Spain? Or
Well, it could be Spain.
Or France?
Fuck.
French?
Fuck. Let's go Spain. God damn it.
Oh.
Okay. Retail and shopping. The best a man can get is a slogan using commercials and advertisements by what company? Isn't that Gillette?
I believe that is Gillette, yeah. The best a man can get.
Celebrity mashup.
Oh.
That is Katherine Heigl and John Krasinski.
I will concur. That's definitely Katherine Heigl. They're not doing her any favors with this mashup.
John Krasinski. Boom.
Boom.
8 on the board. Snacks and candy. Angie's produces this brand of pre-baked bag kettle corn that comes in bags featuring its name in all capitalized pink letters.
What? You know,
Angie's.
I I don't know the names of kettle corn companies.
I don't know, man. What is that? There's
There's
fucking.
there's
not
one
Cracker
that's
Jacks.
Yeah, there's one that starts with S, I think. Oh God.
Scorn. Those are all C things. Why? I put an S in there. S-A. See, there's like, I don't know, man.
Cracker Jack?
American. We're doing American popcorn company. It's
Sure.
not it, though. 7's on the board. Carpool karaoke was a recurring segment used by what late night talk show host?
Andrew's favorite.
Yeah, James fucking bullshit Corden. Movies. Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis played a married couple who become neighborhood pariahs when they decide not to celebrate Christmas. Christmas with the Cranks,
Christmas
probably,
with the Cranks,
right?
Yep. Dude, this is a Tim Allen heavy episode.
He's the GOAT.
And Tim Allen early on the war on Christmas, see? All he wanted
he's always got his fucking fingers to the pulse.
Yeah, it wasn't called Happy Holidays with the Cranks. You know what I mean?
Known for its combination of the dances, the whip, and the nay-nay, this 17-year-old rapper had a major hit with the 2015 song Watch Me.
I feel so old to imagine that song came out in 2015. I don't know who sings Watch Me. Why would I know that?
Yeah, I got no idea. Yella.
Sure.
It's not Wiz Khalifa. Tyga?
Whatever you got is a better.
It's not Tyga.
Okay.
We're gonna double dip Italy.
Yeah, sure.
Wrong. Fuck. We got 6.
6 on the board.
Only 22% got Starlin Castro. I rock that shit. It was Portugal.
Oh, man.
Forgot that's in Europe.
One of the other ones.
Snacks and candy. Boom Chicka Pop is that popcorn.
Oh, sure.
Kind of glad I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That sounds like Little Caesars made a popcorn. And that's Cilento made Whippin' Nene. Watch me.
Yep. He's been doing great stuff ever since.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The icon, Cilento.
Cilento the God.
Let's see. 81% got the TV one. What was the TV one?
That was
Oh, Corden. Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
How many people got Cilento?
25% of people got Cilento.
That's a big song for only 25% of people to know who.
I can't believe. I know that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. That song swept the nation.
Yeah.
I can't believe 19% of people got Bomb Chicka Pop. Boom Chicka
But there's
Pop.
a lot of people that like. I'm not huge on kettle corn. It's okay, you know.
Oh, I really like kettle corn. I don't like. I'm not gonna buy it.
much like many of your other stances. You really like it, you won't engage with it.
I'm not gonna consume it.
Yeah.
But the kettle corn tastes really good. Movie. The Pianist
Yes.
to Warrior.
Okay.
Tom Hardy's Warrior.
Tom.
I think that's the one with Tom Hardy, right?
Yeah, it has
Is that
Tom Hardy
right
in
there
it.
on the left.
Nick Nolte's in it. I don't know who else is in the.
Joel Edgerton, Nick Nolte, Tom Hardy, Jennifer Morrison, Frank Grillo, Kevin Dunn. Not that Kevin Dunn. That Kevin Dunn.
The other.
What movie is this guy in? This guy's in a movie. Hold on. It's probably one of my horseshit movies.
You could click on Kevin Dunn. It'll give you his.
Oh, yeah. It's just literally, that's what this thing does. He's in a movie from like the 90s that I used to watch a lot. He's in fucking I Heart Huckabees. Have you seen that?
Was it The Black Dahlia? One of the worst movies I ever watched. Oh, Transformers.
Gridiron Gang. No, it's earlier than this. Snake Eyes, Small Soldiers. It might have been Small Soldiers.
Dude,
Almost
I rock
Heroes.
with Small Soldiers. We should watch that.
We should watch that. Oh, he's in The Sixth Man. You ever see that shit?
Yeah, with Marlon Wayans. Hell yeah, dude.
Mad Love, Jack Reed. Little Big League.
There
That's what it is.
Yep.
I knew it was something that I'd seen a lot. And Beethoven's Second, by the way. I watched that movie a lot.
Do you think Beethoven's Second was the easiest movie pitch of all time? It's Beethoven, but he gets married to another dog.
Yeah, we get a fucking broad dog. You know what I mean?
You know how it goes.
Isn't fucking what's his name's brother in this movie? Chris Penn.
Yep.
Sean Penn's brother. He's great in that movie.
And Bonnie
God, I
Hunt.
like this movie. All right, let's try to get this.
All right, let's go to The Pianist because I don't know.
Oh, I thought you wanted a 12-inch pianist.
There he is. All right, I got to go with Brody. He's the only dude that I know that's in this movie. Okay. I'm trying to get.
Can we get to DiCaprio?
We probably can. Oh yeah, easy. Go to Asteroid City. Tom Hanks is in Asteroid City.
Oh, okay.
You take it from here, dog.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
And that's DiCaprio.
You know what? Let's go Catch Me If You Can behind the camera.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm not one to go to skip an unconventional way. Catch Me If You Can behind the camera, and then DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And then fucking goddamn The Revenant.
Tom Hardy's not in The Revenant.
Tom Hardy, because he is in The Revenant.
Is he?
Warrior. Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought you were going. I thought you were going Inception, because Tom Hardy's also in Inception with Leo.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Look at you, dude. 4. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he plays the antagonist in The Revenant. Have you seen The Revenant?
Yeah, I only saw it once.
He's fucking great in that movie.
Yeah.
Short as Possible is 2. What do you mean you only opened 2? The Pianist, Adrian Brody, was in the Thin Red Line with Nick Nolte, who's in Warrior. Okay.
Sure.
Go fuck yourself. Movie grid.
Let's do the movie grid.
That's the most I've ever helped on one of those,
I like it. Yeah.
and it was barely. Okay.
No, I got you started. It's like you were on training wheels on a bike. I just kind of got you started, and then before you knew it, you were pedaling. You didn't even know.
Okay, we got it. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
We've got a couple people who I know
Okay.
in this one. Okay. Matt Damon. Diane Keaton. Don't know Diane Keaton.
Okay.
I know she's famous.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood.
Ooh. Okay. What
I'm
are
trying
our?
to think of fucking Lord of the Rings movies with Elijah Wood.
What are our cross sections here?
Oscar-nominated film. Title starts with a Q through Z, ignoring A and 3 or more word title.
Okay. So for Elijah Wood in 3 or more word titles, I would like to suggest Everything is Eliminated.
Okay.
Now, if you have a category you want to lock down, you let me know.
No. I'm gonna let you cook for a little bit, unless I run into something.
What'd I get on Everything is Eliminated? 2.8?
2.8.
Hell yeah.
2.8. Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. Matt Damon's fuck. Everything I know about Matt Damon, I've seen Good Will Hunting and The Martian.
Good Will Hunting is Oscar nominated.
Well, does The Martian count for title starts with Q through Z?
No, because I think the is not.
It doesn't say ignore the. It says ignore A and A.
That's true. Yeah.
Do we have a better Matt Damon Oscar nominated, or should we go with Good Will Hunting?
I mean, probably a lot of people are going to go Good Will Hunting. I mean, but if you want to, True Grit. That's a movie we both like. That he's
in True Grit.
Yeah, that might also get a lot of.
Oh, what about Ford versus Ferrari?
Ford versus Ferrari, also possible. Yeah.
Is that Oscar nominated?
Yeah.
I say we go Ford versus Ferrari.
Okay. Let's do it.
1.4.
Dude, hell yeah.
Look at us, dude.
Way to go.
I
would like to put Suburbicon as the Q through whatever.
For Damon?
Yeah.
Can we do, for 3 or more word title, Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
Is he in Reboot? He's in Strike Back.
I know. I can't remember if he's in Reboot, but Reboot would get us a better score.
I think he is in Reboot because I think everybody came back for something. Right?
We're gonna try it.
Yeah, we try it. What'd I get on old Suburbicon up there?
2.2.
Hell yeah. We're cooking with gas right now, dude.
0.9%, dog. 0.9%, bro.
Dude, you're cooking, bro.
If only I knew who fucking Diane Keaton was, man. Elijah Wood, I mean, you could do the Lord of the Rings for Oscar nominated. Is there better? What else is he in?
That's Oscar nominated. Might be tough. Because he's in Sin City, and I would presume that Sin City got nominated for like tech awards, but I don't know that that's true. So
tell that cat to shut its fucking mouth.
I say for Oscar nominated, we go Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, because I think that's the one that people might put in the least. Because it's the middle one. You know, it didn't win anything. Or it didn't win like big.
14.
Okay. We can eat 14. We got a 0.9 up there, dude.
We got 0.9. Thank you, Reboot.
Okay, and it's what, Q through Z?
Q through Z.
Okay.
So the Lord of the Rings, I believe, does count.
Would count, yeah. I'm just trying to think.
Is he in some, like, what was he in when he was a kid?
He was in North. He was in The Good Son.
The Good Son.
Oh, The Good Son, yeah. With Macaulay. Oh no, wait. Okay.
God damn it, 6%.
Okay, that's still fine. He was in I
Oh.
remembered he was in another movie, so
Oh,
that would have worked, but that's fine. Okay, Diane Keaton is in Annie Hall for Oscar nominated.
47%.
Pretty big.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Q through Z for old Diane Keaton. She was in The First Wives Club.
$10%. All right. All right.
And then she was in Something's Gotta Give.
$13%. Okay. So we cleared it out.
Yep.
Top 10% of players, dog.
Look
Look
at that.
us, bro. Look at fucking us, bro.
Them, dude? No, dude. Us, bro.
Us, dog. So the only most common one we got was something's got to give was the most common.
Yeah, but we flipped
middle
them.
one, but we flipped them. But Annie Hall was the most.
Yeah.
That's the only most common one we got. But I mean, Keaton's harder. Did we get any of the? Oh, fucking Matt Damon's was Once Upon a Deadpool, 0.3%. We had 0.9%. Looking for Mr. Goodbar, Revenge for Jolly. Man, there's a lot of bullshit on
There's a lot of
man.
weird, wacky movies out there.
I'm surprised Spirit is the rarest.
Oh, I forgot because he's the voice of the horse.
Oh, really?
It's a cartoon, yeah.
It's like, nay, I'm Matt Damon.
I said, hey, I'm Matt Damon. And I just recently learned that because I've never seen Cimarron, Spirit of the Horse or whatever. But I feel pretty good. That was a good movie. That was a good Cinematrix.
Yeah, and I mean, we got. I think what do we get? 6 on the grid.
Yeah,
on the dozen. All right.
Today's a trivia killing it, dude. I'm gonna leave on a high note.
Yeah,
I might have myself an ice cream bar. So
I'm gonna go sleep off those McRibs.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you to everybody who listens. We love you. We appreciate you. Leave us a comment. Talk to us about Diane Keaton movies that we should have put in the movie grid instead. And we'll be back again next week because the Snark Marks podcast goes,